All right, guys, we've got Deshae Montgomery and Jalen Simon, fresh off his first career double-double.
Jan, first game in 9 days. What did you like about the way you guys played today?
Everybody just came out and played hard. We just competing high level. We just bringing that joy back that we had. Everything was going good, so it was good to see that.
Shane, it was a 7-0 run, a real fast 7-0 run there near the end that got you guys going again. Take me to that stretch that just by that dunk by you.
Well, I mean, Coach said it was a one possession game, 2 possession game, with like 3 minutes left or so, and we as a team, we had decided that we had to just close it out and just lock in defensively on every possession and just stretch out the lead.
How good did that feel as opposed to some of these more recent games to really close it out and run away with it at the end?
I mean, it felt really good, especially at home. And, feel like, we headed in the right direction for the next game. So, yeah.
You talked about joy. Can you speak to that and just kind of getting that spark back in the locker room?
Yeah, for sure. Everybody, got the same positive mindset, we came in with. So, we just got to keep that moving forward and we're going to be good.
Jan, how about your work on the boards today? There was at one point you had more rebounds than their entire team.
I just compete. I just do whatever it takes to win. That's all I'm about.
Do you guys think rebounding could be an advantage for you tonight? This is probably your best rebounding game as a team.
Yeah, we knew if you let them get offensive rebounds, we'll just kick out threes, so we don't have to take care of the boards so we can have scope opportunities for them.
How was the mindset of not getting 2 down after Frederickson kept making shot after shot for them throughout the game, and he was single-handedly after a time keeping them in the game?
Just know it's a game of runs, and teams will go on their runs, but we gotta fight it out and just stay positive and keep playing hard. That's all we do.
It's a shame. What was it like watching from home? I assume you watched from home the last game against VCU. I'm sure you wanted to be there.
Yeah.
How hard was it to watch?
It was pretty hard, I wanted to be out there with my guys, but I couldn't even move for real. So, I was just happy to put my jersey on back with these guys. Just let it go.
Were you feeling it in the previous game too? I mean, it looked like you might have been on.
That was like the first day I started feeling it, and then the next day it hit me like a train. And, for like 5 days I was sick.
You guys notice a difference in the lead up and prep for this game as opposed to leading up to the other games?
I mean, we pretty much prep kind of the same way, but we had more time, with this little bye week. We had to tweak a couple of offensive things and defensive things. I feel like that helped us. Everybody bought into what the coach was thinking was going to work, and it worked tonight.
What was kind of the message the coaches were repeating over the last 9 days to get you guys ready for this? Anything specific that stands out?
Just to find our joy, find what brought us happiness playing this game. Remember who we played for, what we played for. That's bigger than us.
What would that be for you, Jayon?
My family, it was my grandma's first time being out to a game since I've been here. Well, no, it was like her second time, so it was just fun to have her here. My godmom, I got god siblings here too, so it was just fun to have them here. And you can experience, this big league.
Did that give you a little extra motivation today to have a career day?
No, I just always want to play hard and do what I got to do to win. So, it was good. You could say it was a little motivation, but I just try to come say even kill.
Yeah, so yesterday was Valentine's Day. You had all these gals in here. Did you do something? What did you do?
So I think Valentine?
Yeah.
I'll play Fortnite.
Jay, when did you learn that you were going to start today?
When I learned?
Yeah.
Probably in the middle of the week. We had a lot of guys in and out from sickness with Jacob, Frenchie, Jacob, Malcolm, and Bryce. They had all caught the flu in the middle of the week. So we had guys in and out, and I know I was just getting more reps, and that's when I figured I was going to start.
Shane, when did you start feeling like 100% after that illness?
Probably like 100%, probably like yesterday, 2 days ago. I had a cough still, but that pretty much went away. So
You feel 100% now? You're tired.
Not right now, this second.
Jay, you lose a lot of weight?
Yeah, I lost 10 pounds. Got to get it back.
Are you guys mentally preparing for this stretch ahead?
Say it again.
Mentally preparing for this stretch ahead, final 3 weeks.
just gotta fight through. One game at a time. Next, we got George Mason. We only played on once for the rest of the year, so we gotta take care of business at their place and then moving forward from there.
All right, we good? Okay, cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
It shouldn't have to be that high.
Test. It's too high now. Test.
Did he say better? It's definitely better. Yeah, it's the one that problem solving.
Thank you.
You didn't do anything with all these ladies? Did you have it done and then you did it? Well, yeah, that's not great. So serious, your family.
Pretty sure then you put district.
What's your family?
So it's not those who are coming back.
You had anybody here? Oh, really? What's her name again? So there's about yeah, well, what do you got?
My mom was my Davidson.
Oh, now you guys are really starting to get along.
Oh, yeah, I thought she was talking about
Party girl. So, and you know, who you got?
Are they?
You and Chase going downstairs. His first assignment.
You got?
He's gonna leave your dad down.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah.
First, Jason's ready for big questions back there.
All right. Yeah. Chase, don't hold on. Come on. You were pretty good when you asked questions. Used to be. Just like me, right?
Does Coach Greer have a brother that coaches from Davidson?
Son.
No, I know he has a son.
Oh, I don't know.
But there's a coach
Is the coach good?
on the other team that looks.
No.
Hey, we were just talking about you.
One or two good things, I hope. Yeah, really proud of our guys, the effort that we put out today. Obviously a long break, 9 days off, which is rare, this time of year to be able to have that much time, but our guys did a really good job, just fighting through. This week we had some guys go down with flu and just some things that we felt like we had a chance to work on. The guys did a good job of being able to focus and then going out today and really executing the things that we tried to implement on both sides of the ball. I thought they did a really good job scouting report-wise, understanding what we needed to be able to take away from Davidson today. Thought we got some really good efforts, across the board. Really proud of the way our guys closed the game. I thought we talked a lot about our defense being able to create offense for us, and our defense really won the game at the end. I think it took a 1 or 2 possession game and ended up being a 3 or 4 possession game down the stretch, and just the guys handled that really well. So just really proud of our group for the resiliency that they've shown. This was a big one for us today, and obviously the beginning of a pretty busy week. So great way to start.
Anthony, there's really no simple way to explain about why you won a basketball game or not. But when you out rebound somebody by 39-15, you can pretty much hang your hat on rebounding.
Well, that was good to see. Davidson all year has been a really good rebounding team. One of the things we were concerned about coming into the game is they have great size and length across the front line, across the court. Really, I think the smallest guy they put out there is about 6'3". and they got great size across the board. So we knew we'd have to do a really good job of blocking out and rebounding. I thought we were exceptional on getting second shots ourselves today. Just our ability to keep balls alive and to secure rebounds. Down the stretch, Bryce, Jordan Burkett got some big ones down the stretch for us in terms of second chance opportunities, and then obviously to close the game, really important that you be able to close the game rebounding wise. So that was good to see.
How did you use the break? How many days off did the guys get? Did you guys get back to practice?
So I think we played Friday. So we took a couple of days off there, got back to work on Monday. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think we went through Wednesday and then took Thursday, and then obviously 2 days to prepare for this.
Malcolm and Jacob, two of the guys hit by the illness.
Yeah, they had a little bit of a flu bug there. Were able to come back in practice. I think Malcolm was back for 1 day, and Jacob back a couple, but we felt like the group that we had out there was having success.
Anthony, tacking on Sunday's question there, how about Simon specifically? He really important.
Yeah, I mean, Jayon has been a workhorse for us all year. Just really proud of the effort that he gives you and his consistency in terms of understanding, what he needs to do to impact our team. And obviously I think you guys know he's been through, his own struggles in terms of his staying healthy and getting his body where he can go out and do what he's capable of doing. But just really proud of him. I thought he was huge today on both sides.
When we talked to the players, they both kind of emphasized the joy and bringing that joy back into the game. Was that something that you spent extra time these last 9 days focusing on kind of the mental side?
Yeah, I think our assistant coaches, Jermaine Henderson had the scout today, and he was really passionate yesterday just about his experiences being in their shoes, his experiences as a coach, and then just as an observer, a guy that's been around this game for a long time, and giving them a perspective that I thought was really needed, and I thought it was really needed for the players and the coaches, for everybody in the room. And so just really proud of the group that we have of coaches, players, of support staff, that they really pour their heart and soul into, helping this team, be the best version of themselves.
I know you don't plan on it in advance, but how beneficial did the timing of this break end up being for you guys?
We'll see. I think, like I said, we had our adversity within the week, with multiple guys out at the same time with the flu. So in a way, I guess you can look at it and say it was good that, if you're going to miss days, you miss it when you don't have games. But at the same time, I think it's really important for this group to develop a level of continuity with each other, right, where they get used to playing with each other. I think getting as much as we can back to where we have the stamina, right, to be able to sustain effort, over long periods of time where it's not a drop off, when we get tired or when we sub. And I think you got to practice to be able to do that. So, yeah, I mean, I think obviously I'm pleased with the result today, but I think we still have work that we need to continue to do, and we'll strive to do that.
You mentioned your defense today, and I didn't think there was a lot of flow, offensive flow with either team. And is that an indication of the defense that when the biggest run is 7, 8 points, maybe 9, something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think personally, Davidson's a good team. They've got really good personnel. They're well coached. When you watch them on film, they've done a really good job in every game they've played, putting themselves in a position to have a chance to win. So we knew nothing about today, would be easy on either side of the ball. So we had to work for everything we got. And our goal was to try to make them work for what they got. They're the type of team, if you don't have good habits, if you don't do your job, they hold you accountable. And so, we knew we'd have to have a level of stamina to try to limit them. So I think we were able to do that.
Shane talked to us a little bit about what he went through with his illness, losing 10 pounds. Just he get back into form just in the last couple of days, it sounds like. And did you?
Yeah, I mean, I think, Shane's dealt with, some injuries and some illnesses, throughout. So it's just a matter of just getting those reps and getting back to where he feels, like he can go out and do what he's capable of doing. So, yeah, it's a process.
Well, I heard JV came in the second half, and I think it was like a 7-minute span, and 10 points and 7 rebounds.
Okay, wow. Yeah, that was huge. I mean, I didn't know the numbers. I know he played well, in the stretch that we had him out there. Bryce is one of those guys that was out for a few days this week. So just for him to be able to come back off of really one day practice and be able to come in and give us a lift like that. Really proud of him.
A lot of hugs for RJ after the game.
Yeah.
Pretty weird seeing him on the other end of the bench. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, obviously, it's competition, but I think there's a lot of love and support for RJ. I think he knows that from obviously, the players on our team to the coaches to everybody. So, he's going to be fine. He's done a really good job of acclimating himself into their system, into the program. He's one of those guys. He's on the floor. He's capable of knocking down shots. So yeah, it's great to see him. And I'm rooting for him every day of the week with this one.
Have any thoughts on Devin Brown, another Ohio kid?
Yeah, I mean, Devin's a really good player. He's a really good player. I think he's physically, it's impressive, to see his size and physicality. I thought he did a really good job for him on both sides, and he's having a really good year.
Obviously, you're constantly wanting to evolve and improve, but if you could pinpoint something that you really want to see this group hone in on as you get into these final weeks of the season, heading into the postseason, what would that be?
I think a level of, probably the biggest thing for me is bringing that competitive character every day, in practice and having it carry over to how we compete in games. I think if you could start there on both sides of the ball, that's what I want to be able to see.
Do you think that's something that's lacking right now?
No, I just think that we need to move. We need to continue to move the needle there. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Coach.